Hello guys, so today we are going to learn on chapter 9, 9.6 balanced diet. I hope you are ready to take your notes. Okay, before we go on, let's look at the learning standards, where the first is 9.6.1, where you have to conduct an experiment to study the energy values in food samples. 9.6.2, conduct an experiment to determine the contents of vitamin C in fruits or vegetable juices. And lastly, justify the modification of diets for individuals who experience obesity, experience specific disease such as diabetes mellitus, cardiovascular, and also cancer. But due to MCO, we cannot conduct the experiment, so I'll just show you roughly what is all the experiment about. Alright, now balanced diet. Let's recap a little. You have learned this when you were in Form 2. Okay, you have learned in Science Chapter 3, Nutrition, where you have learned about the classes of food, the importance and the effects of deficiency. You've also learned about the importance of balanced diet and the calorific value of food. But let me touch a little bit on balanced diet to just recap a little. Okay, now diet refers to the quantity and the type of foods and drinks taken by an individual every day. So now a balanced diet consists of all food classes, that is carbohydrate, proteins, vitamins, mineral salt, fibers and also water in the correct quantities and also ratio according to individual needs. Okay, a balanced diet is important in maintaining health, providing energy for metabolic activities and also supplying substances for growth and reproduction. Okay, a balanced diet is usually affected by several factors such as age, gender, occupation, body size, climate, and health conditions. The human body requires energy to carry out physical activities and maintain important body functions. Now, the food energy content can be determined by burning the food in bomb calorimeter in the presence of oxygen. Okay, so this is the bomb calorimeter. Okay. Now, the energy value of food is the quantity of energy released in the burning of 1 gram of food. Okay, the food energy value is defined as heat energy released. Okay, heat energy released when 1 gram of food is completely burned in the presence of oxygen. Now, the energy value can be measured in joule per gram or kilojoule per gram. Alright, the formula is shown as in the slide, where the energy value of food you can calculate by the formula given, water mass times 4.2 times increase in water temperature over the mass of food sample times 1000. So you get the unit kilojoule per gram. Alright. Okay, now energy value in food sample. Now we can conduct an experiment to find out which food sample has the highest energy value. Okay, what we are going to use in this experiment is 2 types of nuts, which are cashew nuts and also ground nuts. So the hypothesis says ground nuts have a higher energy value compared to cashew nuts. So that's what we are going to find out. So now you can set up apparatus as shown in the picture here. Okay, where you have to place the food sample. Okay, have to place the food sample. Okay, underneath a boiling distilled water, and then you can actually record the initial and the final mass. So the increase in mass will determine the energy value when we do the calculation later on. Okay. Alright. Next is the procedure. Procedure is, the first thing we have to do is you have to weigh the cashew nuts, okay, using an electronic weighing scales, okay, and record its mass. Then you measure 20 ml of distilled water for all, for both boiling tube, using measuring cylinder and pour it into boiling tube, and then you clamp the boiling tube to the record stand and put in the thermometer. And then you fix the thermometer using a cotton wool, and then you record the initial temperature. Initial temperature must be recorded of the distilled water. Then you stick the cashew nuts on the needle, okay, and hold the needle upright using the plastic, like how it's shown in the picture. Then you light the cashew nut using a Bunsen burner and place it below the boiling tube. Then you stir the water in the boiling tube slowly and record its highest temperature after the cashew nut has completely burned. Then you have to replace the water and repeat the steps 1 to 9 using the groundnuts. Now, how you calculate the energy value? You use the formula given, which is water mass in gram times 4.2 joule per gram per Celsius, and then you times with the increase in temperature Celsius, and you divide with the food sample mass in grams and times 1000. Okay, and you can record your results in the tables. Okay. Alright, and then next is the sample result. You can look at the sample result here. Alright, now if you look at the sample result, the food sample has different mass itself. Okay, groundnuts have 0.8 and cashew nuts 0.5. Then we look at the initial temperature and the final temperature. Okay, so groundnuts has an increase of 60 Celsius. Okay, and cashew nut has an increase of temperature of 35 Celsius. Now the energy value, when we'll calculate, we see that the groundnuts has a higher energy value compared to cashew nuts. Okay, so now the energy value of cashew nuts and groundnuts is actually the quantity of heat energy released from the complete oxidation of 1 gram of food sample. Okay, so you can calculate, and the assumption that we can make from this experiment is that all energy released from the burning of a sample is converted into heat energy and also absorbed by the water in the boiling tube. Okay, there is no loss of heat to the environment, and heat absorption by the boiling tube can be ignored. Now, so burning of the nuts are actually completed. So conclusion is that groundnuts has higher energy value than cashew nuts. So the hypothesis is actually accepted. Before we look into the experiment on determining the content of vitamin C in fruit juices, let's see a little bit on vitamin C. Now, vitamin C or ascorbic acids are found mostly in citrus fruit, tomatoes, and green peppers. They are quite important in our diet as they help in synthesizing collagen. They maintain the cartilage bone and healthy blood vessels. They are strong antioxidant and aids in detoxification. And without vitamin C, we might get scurvy disease, where we'll get bleeding gums and tooth loss. Let's look at the experiment to determine the contents of vitamin C in fruit juice and also vegetable juice. So now the problem statement here is that which fruit juice or vegetable juice has the highest content of vitamin C. Okay, so the hypothesis here is that orange juice has the highest content of vitamin C compared to lime juice and also carrot juice. So is it true? We have to conduct the experiment to find out. Okay, so we are using orange juice, lime juice, and also fresh carrot juice, and then 0.1% of ascorbic acid solution, DCPIP solution. DCPIP solution is a blue stain, okay, that will become colorless after discoloration by the ascorbic acid solution. So therefore, the discoloration of DCPIP actually indicates the presence of vitamin C. Alright, then this is the procedure. Let's look at the procedure where you have to put 1 ml of 1% DCPIP, and then you put the ascorbic acid 5 ml, and you ensure there are no air bubbles trapped. Also, the fruit juice has to be fresh. Okay, the fruit juice that you are using. Then you insert the tip here. Look at the picture. Alright, and you slowly add drops, drop by drop, of the ascorbic acid into the DCPIP solution, and you stir slowly. Alright, until the DCPIP solution is decolorized. So you record the volume of the ascorbic acid solution needed to decolorize the blue color of the DCPIP. And you repeat the same steps for different juices. So ascorbic acid will be replaced by orange juice, carrot juice, and also lime juice. Then you record the volume of each juice. So then you can calculate by using the formula given in this table. Okay, where you calculate the percentage of vitamin C by dividing the volume of ascorbic acid solution with the volume of juice used times 0.1%. Okay, you can read more about this experiment. Okay, then next is that you are going to get the results. Now, so the result, sample result, I don't have the sample result, but what you can expect from this experiment is that the higher the vitamin C content in fruit juice, the smaller the volume of fruit juice needed to colorize the DCPIP solution. Okay, different fruit juice have different vitamin C concentration. So in this case, you have to conduct the experiment to find out which fruit juice has the highest content of vitamin C. And to further investigate, we can also test using different temperatures to study the effect of temperature on vitamin C content. And you will see that juices stored in low ambient temperature has the highest content of vitamin C. So it says that fruits or vegetables must be kept in suitable temperature to range a suitable temperature range to actually preserve the vitamins. Okay, now a balanced diet for each individual will vary according to lifestyle, health condition, and also specific nutritional requirement. Each individual must make wise choices based on their nutrition guide. Okay, so for example, suggestion for nutritional needs can be made based on Pinggan Sihat Malaysia. Okay, there's a picture there, Malaysian Healthy Plate, which illustrates the relative quantity of various food classes in a balanced diet. Okay, now if you can see here, we have the suku separuh, where you take more on fruits and vegetables, and that's the separuh, half, and another quarter of it is protein and also carbohydrate. Now, excessive food intake that are rich in saturated fats can cause health problems such as obesity and also cardiovascular diseases. Now, let's look at the diet modification for specific individuals. Now, diet modification for obese individuals is that if the person is obese, they have to take a balanced diet. That is food for all food classes but in a smaller portion. They have to reduce the intake of food in carbohydrates and also fats. Now, because all the excess food that are stored as fats, they are stored under the adipose tissue, which can cause increase in weight. Okay. Now, what about patient with diabetes? Patient with diabetes has to reduce the food energy intake, especially carbohydrates, and also oil to reduce the body weight that will help in better regulation of their blood sugar level. They have to replace simple carbohydrates such as sugar, honey, and glucose, and also condensed sweetened milk, okay, with complex carbohydrates such as brown rice, whole meat bread, and also the juice, or they can also eat chapatis. Alright, what about cardiovascular patient? Okay, heart patient, usually they need more vegetables and fruits, because fibers help in reducing cholesterol and also reduces the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Right? They should also eat more grains such as wheat, brown rice, and oats, any grain products and legumes such as groundnuts, peas, and soybeans. So these foods contain dissolved fibers which will help to reduce the absorption of low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, or also known as the bad cholesterol in the body. And they should also consume white meat proteins such as fish and chicken that are low in fat rather than the red meats. And also they should limit the intake of saturated fat, trans fat, and also cholesterol. Okay. Cardiovascular patients should also reduce the intake of sodium, which is table salt, soy sauce, MSG, okay, because sodium actually increases blood pressure. And lastly, cancer patient. Now, cancer patient, they have a different diet totally. Alright, so their diet must be a diet of high energy and protein to supply enough daily energy to replace injured and damaged tissue, to strengthen the body defense system, and also to reduce the risk of contracting other diseases and to maintain a suitable body weight. They must drink a lot of water and also take more fruits and vegetables to obtain sufficient vitamins and minerals and also fibers. Alright, and then cancer patients should also avoid taking processed foods such as junk food, processed meat, carbonated drinks that are actually harmful for their body. Okay, with that we are done actually. There is no formative practice for this subtopic, but there is an activity for you to do. where you can actually plan meals based on pilihan sehat Malaysia for these different individuals. Okay, that means one plate for obese, what should they eat, one for cancer patient, and the other is the heart patient. So try out, draw the food on this plate, and let's see how it goes. Alright, with that I will end my video here. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.